Hello everyone, it's me, Michael the editor. I happen to have bought a game. Technically I paid half of it, but I got a game called Clubhouse for 51 games worldwide. And there's 51 games on it, plus one. And all of them are apparently from around the world, which I happen to not be an idiot and know a lot of geography. But I don't know how good these games are, so I'm gonna need to review them. Anyway, let us review these 51 games. Next up, we got Mancala. Mancala is a pretty fun game, I must say. But its strategy base is a bit strange, where you gotta put it into your side of the seed.
Capture.
It's not bad, but I must say it's a bit confusing. First time play, of course. But I like where if it ends in your box, you get an extra turn, and if it enters into your box and the other player has seeds, you can steal. But it's a bit hard to play a little bit, like how you got seeds. Well, you got 11 seeds, let's say, and you gotta go all around the motherfucker. But it's pretty fun. And of course you're going up against the CPU, like you're gonna win ever. This one, I give it like a 5, maybe 6 out of 10. It's a beginning game, and it's pretty fun. I bet you could kick some ass if you're like a hardcore gamer like me. Dotson Boxes, it was alright. I mean, the little pencil's a bit slow, but it's pretty fun and addictive. Against your opponent, you'll likely not even win most of the time. But let me tell you, I played this game back in school with a Chief Panda, and oh my god, I don't know how many times I lost to that motherfucker. That's a lie, but yeah, this one's like a 5 out of 10. It's pretty fun. Yacht Dice. It's they say it's basically poker, but it's Yahtzee. And Yahtzee is fun and all, but this one feels very fucking rigged. It doesn't feel that fun at all. But you get to shake your controller, it shakes the fucking shit. It's alright, okay, but it feels rigged in the opponent's favor. So I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 10. It's not fun, but have you ever played Connect 4? Well, this is what 4 in a row is. It's basically Connect 4, but if you ever play Connect 4 with the CPU, it's way more fucking harder than playing mind games against your asshole friends. Holy shit. 4 out of 10. Hit and Blow. It's actually a pretty fun one. You gotta guess by luck and basically trial and error. It's actually really fun, I must say. Not a bad one, but I must say it has a bit of bullshit in it. Like, I mean, you can guess the colors correctly almost any time, but it gives out like some sort of like saying like, oh, I don't know if you're correct or not. Like, it puts up fucking white ones all the time, from what I've had my issues with. But once you get it, you'll be able to guess the correct one like I just did right now. That was actually a pretty fun one, I must say. 9-Man Morris. This one I did not like. It felt luck based, being honest, and it feels like the CPU will win every single time. Of course, I had my luck this time and I actually beat the fucking CPU, but every single fucking time it felt like the CPU would win. It's not bad, but it didn't feel fun at all. Like, after the 9 men, you gotta move your units around, I guess you could say. But when you're moving them around, it feels like your CPU knows everything that you're about to do. And that kind of ruins the experience. I mean, if you're going up against a real person, of course that would not happen. But here, it feels way too fucked up. Of course, I managed to just do what you just saw, which outsmart the CPU, but I felt like he was going way too easy on my ass. So, I don't know. It doesn't feel that good. Now, of course, I did manage to win by getting the asshole cornered. but it felt way too fucking rigged, to be honest. To the points where I kind of had to undo sometimes, you know? Which is cheating, but I'm playing a fucking game using a CPU, so why not use the fucking undo button? But as fun as it was, I give it a 1 out of 10. Hex. It's actually decent. I must say, it was a bit hard to play, to be honest. Because the opponent will outsmart your ass any day of the week. And even times when I was playing smart, I would have got my ass fucked right there. But I had my win and it was fun, I guess. 7 out of 10, I guess. Checkers, one of the funnest versions of chess out there, with a couple of downturns. This version of chess, though, I don't know if this is a legal version of chess, though, like where you are forced to play that move even though you don't want to play that move. That's how it felt like, and I didn't really like that at all. And if that's the case, then fuck that. It was so fucking fucked that I had to restart and play another one. But as seen in this clip right here, I was able to do a wombo combo. Of course, that was a stupid fucking lie. But you know, that's how I felt. Here it is. Okay, wombo combo. That ain't Falco. Oh! Fucking hell.
Easy.
That's how fun I fucking do this shit. Hare and Hound. This one felt dumb. It felt like the CPU would win every fucking time, but whenever you would go up against them, it would be like, oh, I'm gonna be able to get your ass as soon as I fuck you. Like, if you're the hare, you'll lose nearly every time. If you're the Hound, the fucking bunny will get your ass. Not even get your ass, they'll just fucking maneuver out of the fucking way. It felt so dumb. 4 out of 10. It wasn't fun. Of course, there will be times where you'll get the Hound, the hare, but out of nowhere, they're just like, I'll be able to maneuver my ass out your ass, and they just out of nowhere win every fucking time. Like, I corner them, and then they go ahead and fuck you just there. It's so dumb. Gamoku. Outsmart the enemy is basically it. But the way I played it was, if the enemy ever gets a 3, then you gotta block the other one, the end of the checkers, or else you're fucked. And anytime you attempt to do that against the CPU, you're fucked. Every time. But I managed to outsmart it sometimes. Outsmart a fucking CPU. Like you could ever do that. 7 out of 10. Dominoes. It felt like really rigged. It felt real fucking rigged. I don't even know how to play dominoes. The last time I played dominoes was just by knocking them down. I'm not lying about that. And it felt super rigged, personally. There's no strategy to it because the game plays it for you. And I don't even know how you earn points. They don't even show the... They show the opponents getting points, and that's all. Ugh, 2 out of 10. Chinese checkers. Now, as Asian as I am, which is none, I am not Asian cultured, but this one feels really dumb. Like, you can't even take over an opponent, so I don't know why this is even in this collection. If you could take over opponents, that would have been fun. But here, you're just jumping over them like fucking Mario. It's not really fun. 2 out of 10. Now, there were points at the time that I would win. But another bullshit strategy in this Chinese checkers is you could just sit in the opponent's fucking base, and they can't do anything about it. Of course, you would have to move it at some point, but otherwise, you could just camp there and win the game like that. It's so fucking dumb. But otherwise, it was dumb. Ludo, it is Sorry, but the European version of Sorry. It is a long, aggravating process, It felt like I was fucking losing my life playing it. I had to use my turbo controller just so that I could get through the game. Just so I could skip through the opponents. It felt like a stupid inclusion because it takes way too fucking long. 1 out of 10. It's not really that fun. I didn't script this. I think it was Beccoma. It's fun, I guess. It's rather a tiring process, and there were times where it felt rigged, but overall it was a fun experience. I mean, I've never played it in my life until now, but it was actually a fine experience, I must say. It was like a 5 out of 10. Not too bad. Renegade. Oh, fucking TikTok is gonna be fun with this shit. But this one is basically Go, I think it's called. It's not a bad one. It's all strategy, which is one of my favorite type of games. And there were times where like, how the hell? How am I supposed to win this shit? It's legit that. And like right here, I lost everything almost. It was legit so dumb. Chess, one of the most basic games that any millennial could play. I play it every day mostly, and it's a rather strange experience to play this version because it feels like you gotta do more to do shit, and like I haven't played fucking chess in like years. This one's a rather good experience, I must say. 5 out of 10. And with some of these strategy games, it has the bullshit of like you gotta use the assist like nearly every single time to figure out where the fuck your chess piece goes. That's what I use it for, and like 90% of the time, the CPU would usually win, even on easy difficulty. It was stupid, but rather enjoyable. Like it's better than Wii Chess, okay? Shogi, it's basically chess 2.0. And like there, what the fuck? Like the bishop could travel at any fucking place. It felt like, but it was a long ass game. Like if you could stake enemy pieces and you could move on to the other side, you become a better version of yourself. But the pawns can't attack diagonal. That's what I didn't understand that. It was basically checkmate and shit. Mini Shogi. I don't know why they actually added both Shogi and Mini Shogi into this game. I mean, yeah, they're both different things, but one is basically the same thing as the other. So I have no reason why you would put both in the same game. Otherwise, it's Shogi. I mean, what do you expect? It's a more bullshitty version of Shogi because you could just checkmate at any given moment. Hanafuda, it feels like it plays itself in this version of the game. It's not bad, I must say. It's basically putting down cards and it matches the season. That's basic Japanese culture, I guess you could say. Like, Chin-chong! Okay. But, it didn't feel that enjoyable because if you just click, you just play the game. It's like a 4 to 10 for me. Richie Mahjong. I actually do not know how to play this game, and the more I look into it, the more I get fucking confused with this game. It doesn't feel fun. It's such a big old learning curve that I can't even figure out how to play. I like put down numbers and it shows oh yeah, you could put down some things, and then yeah, I don't even know how to fucking play. It's like a 1 out of 10 for me. This one is such a bad inclusion. It's not good. Last card is basically just Uno. It's basically the legal version of Uno. You declare last card whenever you have 1 card left. You gotta draw 2 skips. You can change the color using different cards. You got reverse. You got a 3+ card. You got stack king. You got everything. But it feels way more limited because you can't draw a card once you have that card on the field. So it feels strange. It's Blackjack. One of the main reasons why I bought this game And along with some others. But this one is a strange version of Blackjack, because you're allowed to bet as much as you want, but only above 100. And you could stand, you could double down, you could hit everything in basic Blackjack. That was a pretty dumb play from me, but it feels limited because you can also go in the negative, which is strange. 9 out of 10. Texas Holdem, the legal version of poker.
Check.
It feels way more rigged than any other fucking version of poker I've played.
Bet.
And I'm gonna talk to it as poker because it's Texas Holdem. But it feels way more fucking rigged. It feels like the CPU always wins anything happens. The CPU feels like every fucking time the CPU will win. It's so fucking dumb. Ugh. President. If you ever played Mafia, that's what it feels like. But this version is a strange one because you put down a couple cards and then you put down more cards and you put down more cards, but it doesn't explain how the fuck you play it personally. Because you put down a couple cards and then it's got to be higher than that one. I don't know, like 3 out of 10 for me. Jesus fuck. Sevens is a card game. You gotta make the line, but you have limited passes. If you run out of passes, you lose. This one's actually pretty strategic. I kind of like it, but it was a bit of bullshit in it because it feels like the CPU knows what cards you have. Otherwise, it's a pretty solid 7 out of 10 for me. It's strange though. I don't. As Shulk would have said it. Okay. This one is put the card down on the higher or lower number. You gotta have a card, and if you have the card, you can put down. You gotta put it down, which I kind of like that. It feels a bit strange, of course, but you're forced to put down any card that you have, and I didn't really like that. Matching. It's matching. Match cards up, and you go up against an opponent, try to get the most cards to win. It's not a bad inclusion, but it feels very bland. I didn't really like it, and it felt like a cash grab, to be honest. It's probably a 4 out of 10 for me because I still had a bit of fun against some other people. But the cursor also moves really. Now I just realized between matching and Takayaki, there was a game called War. I'm pretty sure I recorded it, but apparently it didn't. So I'm just gonna explain it. Just get cards and then put it down, and then highest number wins. That's basically it. It's a fucking 10 out of 10. Takayaki, first to get all 10 win. But the king, jack, and queen don't do anything. You gotta get all the numbers in order. Jokers is any number, but it feels like I'm always getting fucking jacks or anything fucking above that mark. It's so dumb, but I have my luck sometimes, and I win usually. 9 out of 10. Next one's Pig's Tail, which a matching game, which you want to be the one with the least amount of cards. If it matches the suit, then you have to grab all the cards, and you want to have the least amount of cards with the luck with hoping luck's on your side. It's not bad, but it feels like it's all luck based personally. But I had my fun with it. Toy golf, a strange inclusion from getting a bunch of card games and shit, and you just saw me restart. But fuck off, phone. It's basically, it feels really, it's a strange inclusion because it's actually a not bad version. You got wind and you got different uses, of course, not a lot of uses, not a lot of clubs, but it's fun. It's fun. It's like a 9 out of 10. Billiards, you got 9 ball and 8 ball. I prefer 8 ball since I'm American. It's a fun version. You got trajectory and you got power level, But what you don't have is spin. How much English could you put on the ball, basically. But otherwise, it's a pretty fun version. Of course, it takes some learning to get to, like I just did there. Holy shit. This is a pretty nice version. 8 out of 10. Bowling! Bowling. This one's a rather fun version. You got your aim, you could also move the balls. And if you're smart enough, you can move your Joy-Con to be able to move the trajectory of the ball. And all these games could use Pro Controller, but these motion control ones can't, which I don't really like. It's a 9 out of 10. Darts, another one that uses motion controls and needs a Joy-Con without a Pro Controller. This one is, I don't know. It feels like the dart doesn't go into my trajectory. And the CPU always gets like a fucking bullseye any fucking time. If you're smart enough, you can go for the times 30, 20, times 20, 30, times 23. It's a good inclusion. I say it's an 8 out of 10. I forgot the name of this game, but I think it started with a C. I think it was called Cameroon. But basically, it's basically billiards, but you flick it instead. You gotta get your color into the hole, but you can also get this red one which is the queen, and the way you secure it is you pocket it and then get a white one in. It's a nice version. 7 out of 10. Now we go to the sports games. We got toy tennis. A rather strange inclusion. I like it though. You're the guy who's in blue, and you're going up against the pink one, which gay pride shit. You could go in front to do power shots, and you could stay in the back. And if an arc shot happens, you could do another power shot. But these wavelengths just go in front. It's actually pretty fun. 10 out of 10. Toy soccer in Europe. In Europe, it is toy football. I don't like this one. It's hard to play, and the kicks usually don't even go into the way you want it to. But that's soccer for you. It's not good. I say it is a 4 out of 10 because I don't like soccer that much. It's stupid. Toy curling. I didn't like this one bit. You're supposed to get into the middle, but for some reason my controller jammed, or the game is fucking up. Because when I wanted to move left, it moved right. When I wanted to move right, it moved left, and then it would always shoot for no fucking reason.
Last 3.
I didn't like it. It's a fucking 1 out of 10. It's not good.
Last 2.
Toy boxing. Punch the motherfucker in the face. This is a pretty fun game, I must say. It's Punch Out, but a dumber version of it. I liked it. Yeah, just punch the motherfucker till he dead. I give it a 5 out of 10. Toy baseball. I really like this one. You could do a curveball, you can move forward, you can move backwards, you can get a home run barely anytime. You could do slow ball shit, you could change the power how much you want. You could get anything. Anything goes in this one. It's fun. I give it a 9 out of 10 because there's still some bullshit in the home run department. Table hockey. I can't remember the name of it. This one, if you ever went to an arcade, which I have many times, this one is actually really fun. And playing it in person is more funner. But this one, it's a challenge. So I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's not bad. Toy cars, apparently. What the fuck? Don't go too fast or you'll get off the track. It's strange. But it feels like every time you go you'll always be going too fast all the time, and you'll crash. It feels like that all the fucking time. Otherwise, if you got a good controller, then you shouldn't run into that problem. I give it a 7 out of 10. Not bad. Fishing! One of the most dumbest fucking ideas I've ever thought. Because when I'm fishing, I want to do it in real life, not in a game. Like Animal Crossing is a fucking dumb game. Of course, so I don't take fishing lightly in games because of dumbass Animal Crossing. Otherwise, this one doesn't feel that fun. Your controller vibrates, but it's forced Joy-Con again. 2 out of 10. Battle tanks. It's military basically. I don't like the control style. You got a Lobshot, you got a shot, you got advance, turn left, turn right. I don't know why turn left, turn right is on the same fucking thing as move forward and backwards. That was a dumb idea. The Lobshot idea was not that bad of an idea. It's a 2 out of 10 for me though. Team tanks. An upwards version of the same controls of battle tanks with the same shit, and it feels really bad. This version of battle tanks feels way more stiffer than the regular game. I must say, I can't tell you how many times I went forward and went sideways all the time. It is a 1 out of 10. It is so bad. Shooting gallery. Hope you got your turbo controls on. It's not a bad version. It's basically Duck Hunt, but no, it's Shooting Gallery from We Play. It's not a bad version of Duck Hunt basically, or Shooting Gallery from We Play. You can shoot down aliens to earn 5 or 10 points. You can shoot down golden targets. I'd say this is the most basic game out there. I like it. It's a 9 out of 10. I think this one was called Six Matching. I can't remember it, but have you played Mario Party 9? Well, of course you're gonna say no, but if you have, then you know there's a mini game in the specials where you can match a bunch of puzzles, and this is basically that. But it has the added bonus of bullshit. It's actually a pretty fun puzzle game. It has hard drops like Tetris. Turtle. Not that fun. It feels like bullshit. It feels rigged. The turtle goes so slow. It's slower than a fucking grandma, I must say. It's slower than a goddamn autistic kid going on a fucking busy highway. And yet, it feels like every single time you'll always lose. It's stupid. It's a 1 out of 10 for me. Manoji Solitaire, I think it was called. It has a set of rules. It's not bad. You gotta match these puzzle pieces using memory and luck. But otherwise, it's a rather dumb ad. It feels like another cash grab, to be honest. But it's rather alright, I must say. Yep, Klondike Salter. One of the best games on this fucking application. It was so good, I must say. I feel like I was actually playing a game for some reason. I mean, like, whoa, it was so fucking fun. I mean, like, wow, I was like, oh, it's so insane playing this fucking game. It was like a 10 out of 10 for me. One of the first 10 out of 10 of games on this fucking game system. It was so fucking good. It was so fucking good. Finally, Spider Solitaire. This one is a bad version. I've played so many Solitaires out there. Spider Solitaire is the worst version of Solitaire. I'm being honest about that. It feels like everything's restricted. In this version, you just need to tap. That's all you really need to do. Tap all of the fucking numbers and shit, and likely it'll just auto-complete it for you. 1 out of 10. And those are the 51 games plus one. So I don't know how to feel about that. It was actually a fine experience playing all 51 games. But some of them felt like cash grabs, and some of them were way too complex. Some of them felt dumb. And then you got the darts game, which is something that Wii Sports on the fucking console had never came on. So my rating on the game is quite good. I say it's a good buy if you want to get it. I say it should have been a launch title personally, but that's my opinion. Thank you for watching.